Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I just wanted to come and talk about the Real Housewives. I'm spitting all in y'all face. Oh, girl. This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I wanted to come and talk about the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. All right. I want to start off by saying this. Maybe it is Portia. I don't know. But whomever they had um, in Thailand, they wasn't even in Thailand when they did the confessionals, right? Whoever it was who did Giselle confessional looks, girl, can y'all please go back to her, girl, to Potomac? Because this is the best I have ever seen Giselle look in any confessional. Like the absolute best. Like, girl, it's really nothing bad you can say about her looks because the three that I've seen, I thought she looked really, really nice. My favorite is probably the one with the bust down and the hair with the little ox blood gown on. I thought that I like that one. She looks, girl. I mean, ain't nothing wrong. Everybody's gonna age. We're all aging every day, but she looks so young and youthful, and just it was a good look to me. So shout out to whoever styled Giselle because y'all need to convince her to let you style her for next season for Potomac the entire season. Just not the confessionals, the entire season. Maybe it was Portia. I don't know, girl. I don't know. We know Portia gonna turn out a look. So I could see. I don't know if people are joking, but I could see why people say it because it is kind of like now all of a sudden you're around Portia this season for the confessionals, right? And y'all are shooting y'all confessionals together, and now you're turning out these looks. So I could actually see it being a possibility that Portia, helped her, whether it was Portia stylist or, I could see that happening. Girl, but shout out to whoever's doing Giselle because they looking out for her. They looking out for her. Can I say something? I'm not trying to. I'm not. All I'm gonna say is this: did y'all hear when Portia called Giselle a black white girl? Did y'all hear it? So I think that we should go ahead and stop the whole Giselle doesn't have any proximity to whiteness because um, Giselle already said out of her own mouth the first season at the reunion that she could pass for white, even though, girl, I'm gonna say it was a video of it's a video of Denise Richards that I saw on Twitter. When I tell you, I thought that was Giselle Bryant. God. I'm gonna probably talk about that in Hot Topics. Um, so yeah, Portia called Giselle a black white girl. All right. So we got Katie telling Giselle that she could pass for white. We got Ashley first season telling Giselle about her proximity to whiteness. We've had Candace telling Giselle. We had Giselle telling Giselle, and now we got Portia telling Giselle. So I just want y'all to just lay off the lies, okay, and stop acting like y'all don't know what's really going on. I thought it was funny when they did the Housewives. Candace was basically saying that they're no different than like basically a soap opera because they're just as dramatic and over the top. The only difference is that theirs is not scripted, and that they should get some type of Emmy award. I thought it was funny when they all did the little, like when they do the opening scenes for like some soap operas. I thought that Candace and Portia had the best ones. I kind of giggled at theirs. Um, Let me just say this. Oh, my back itching, girl. Let me say this. Whitney and Portia. Whitney and let my jacket up. Like y'all can see my back. But Whitney and Heather. I'm over it. And y'all know I go up for Heather. But this is what it comes down to me. Heather, you low-key a liar, and it's something going on with your story that's not truthful. And then Whitney, she's sneaky and she's a snake. Whitney is all over the place. One minute, Whitney, wants to make it work with Heather and doesn't want to be messy. Girl, the next minute, she on the phone with Lisa Barlow. Then, girl, the very end of the episode, she being messy in the confessional. Like, Whitney doesn't want to make up her mind. And it is true what Heather said. She doesn't know she wants to be the villain, or what did she say, the villain or the good guy? But girl, Whitney, you're going to have to choose one. Because your actions are not matching your words, and your words are not matching your actions at all. And Heather, girl, it's something, like I said, it's some holes in your story. And I'm not invested in the Heather Whitney storyline. Maybe it makes sense to some of y'all because y'all probably know what's going on. Like I said, I didn't watch season 3. I'm not watching season 3. I don't care about Whitney and Heather. I think everybody, even on the trip, is tired of Whitney and Heather. Just like Candace said, girl, either you're going to go to church or either you not. Girl, that's where I was at with it too. Like, girl, the storyline between Whitney and Heather is just not that interesting. The only thing that it proves, again, is that Whitney can't be trusted, and Heather, girl, you gotta have a problem with the truth. Because quiet as it's kept, you've been lying since the first episode. Acting like you don't remember saying stuff. So, y'all both a mess, quiet as it's kept at the end of the day. But I still like Heather, though. They have massages. I thought it was funny. When Candace said, "Is this a bathhouse? Are we in a brothel?" Everybody was moaning, girl. You had Giselle over there talking about cha-cha, 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 cha-cha. It was funny nonetheless. Girl, Leah, when I tell you, I didn't realize Leah looked like she was having an orgasm, quiet as it's kept. I didn't realize Leah was making those faces until I saw it because I watched it a couple of times. And I saw Leah, looked like she was having a good time with her masseuse. But it was cute. It was a real cute scene. Giselle, Heather. Giselle wants to check in with Jen Shaw. Let me tell y'all something. We all know that Jen Shaw ain't about nothing. She ain't gonna ever be nothing. She done stole from them old folk. Probably done took their last couple of pennies, Social Security check, the little money they had saved up, retirement, and even if they was rich, you still ain't got no business taking nobody money. If I were Jen Shaw and I picked up my phone, and one, you had me on FaceTime. FaceTime really can be intrusive, believe it or not. So if I answer my phone, and if you're calling me on FaceTime and I see it's somebody else sitting beside you and you're shooting the show, the way I would have cursed Heather out and Giselle Bryan, girl, I don't even know you. Girl, I need somebody to curse Giselle out. Giselle, do you even know Jen Shaw? Excuse me. You know Jen Shaw like we know Jen Shaw. You ain't probably never been around Jen Shaw a day in your life. Ain't never met that lady. All you know, you probably got a little bit more information because you work at Bravo. But for the most part, you don't know that lady to be calling that lady on the phone. And Heather ain't got no business calling that lady on the phone. That's supposed to be your friend. But you got the messiest one in the house calling this lady on FaceTime to get some tea for the show. I said, baby, if I was Jen and I picked up that phone and I saw both of them got cursed out, especially Heather. Because how dare you? Girl, how dare you call my phone at midnight on top of that? Because I think they said it was midnight where Jen is at. How dare you call my phone at midnight and then you got somebody on the phone that I don't even know asking me about my business? I said, girl, somebody need to curse. Somebody need to curse Heather out. But that just goes to show that Giselle she doesn't have a line that she's not willing to cross. Like, girl, you don't even know that lady to be even on the phone, on FaceTime, girl, trying to ask her stuff that, quite frankly, it's our business because she's on a reality TV show. But y'all get what I'm saying. You shouldn't be that comfortable. That's what I'm saying. Because you're on a reality show, so it's definitely our business. But girl, you shouldn't be that comfortable to be calling that lady on FaceTime, trying to ask her questions. Anyways, they go out to eat. Portia say that she can't. Portia and Candace say they really can't eat oysters because they look like busted vagina. I think the big ones look like busted vaginas. I said, girl, now Candace, I ain't really heard nothing about you being in a lady pond. I say, but girl, as much pussy they say Portia done ate. Didn't you say? Didn't Candace say? Now all of a sudden, girl, vaginas look like now the big oysters look like busted vaginas. I said, do they, girl? As much coochie as they say you done ate in Atlanta, and girl, that night when y'all was in South Carolina, remember when Portia said, one of y'all bitches gonna eat my pussy? That's exactly what she said. And then didn't Candace say, Portia said she wanted to eat her out too? Now all of a sudden, girl, the big oysters look like busted vaginas. Girl, shut up. Anyways. Let me tell y'all something. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm watching the TV and I saw Candace with that napkin in her hand. And for those who don't know, whenever you see Candace with a napkin, and it's folded like this, if it's folded like this, girl, she about to start all that crying. Okay? So I'm watching my TV and I saw the napkin already folded before she even started talking. I said, girl, girl, you know, I was like, girl, what she cry like? What she about to cry like, girl? I don't have no problem with Candace crying, but girl, I was like, girl, what is she about to cry about? Because girl, you ain't even started talking, and girl, you already got your napkin prepared, girl. So she got the napkin prepared, child, and she addresses Portia. I'm not gonna lie. When Portia was in her confessional and she said one thing about that Candace, there will be no tear left behind, and it will not drop past that cheek. I'm not gonna lie, girl, that was funny. I say, girl, because the truth of the matter is, girl, you barely see Candace tears go past that cheek, girl. Them tears gonna stay right here in this area. That's it, girl, right here. Girl, that shit gonna pop right. What the tears come out? Oh, right here, girl. Girl, this shit's gonna stop right here. Anyway, child. Can I say something? Okay, let me. So Candace, let me just say this. Cause, you know, Twitter is my thing, you know. Well, Twitter is now my thing. I just recently like really, really got into Twitter. There I think where I get frustrated is we know that these girls are put together for these shows because they're supposed to, you know, show their real lives, be entertaining. Um, you know, the drama is going to come, the shade is going to come, the reading is going to come, all that stuff. But, you know, one of the issues that I have is I just want it to be organic. Shout out to Nene Leaks. I want it to be organic. And I think that sometimes people are not honest when they don't like somebody, right? I don't understand how there are some people out there who feel as though why is Candace bringing this up? Why is Candace mentioning Monique? There's no way to address the situation between Candace and Portia without mentioning the Monique situation, because that's where this all stems from. Um, I think it's also you're not being truthful when the majority of people, when it was announced that this was going to be the cast, because I think it was supposed to be Tinsley from New York at first, and that's what they said. Then Portia, I don't know, but when we found out this was the cast, a lot of people were like, "Ooh, girl." Probably, I think even including me was like, "Ooh, girl." Portia and Candace, oh my God, right? And a lot of us knew, or we had come to the conclusion that there was going to be some drama between Portia and Candace because of the whole Monique situation. So I'm a little baffled when I see comments of, why is Candace addressing this? Why are you still mentioning Monique? Because the truth of the matter is, this is when I say this is real, organic drama. There is an elephant in the room. This is real. So let's address it. We've been here for a few days. Let's address the issue, or the issue that I have. Because it may not be an issue for you, but it's an issue for me. Now that we're in the same room together and I'm right across the table from you, girl, let's talk. That's the first thing I want to say. She says that you went on to chat room. Portia had a show on Bravo called The Chat Room. And Portia and I think Portia and Giselle. And then I think they just had like rotating guests. And you basically said that I was suing her for a down payment on my home. That's the information that Portia had received from Monique. And she brought that to cable television. Candace says that was a bold-faced lie. Candace's whole issue is, girl, okay, we got a problem because it stemmed from, okay, me and Monique got into a fight and then boom, here you come. She has to mention the Monique situation for context. Like if she just would have said, girl, you said that I was gonna buy my house because the other girl told you. There's no way to talk about this without mentioning Monique's name. Sorry. Candace says that it was messy and it was defamatory. And then Portia says it's not because she was telling me her facts. And then Portia says and Candace says it wasn't facts. And then Whitney hopped in and says that she's basically saying it was unfair because she honored her contract, but she got a platform. Or, and Candace, she created this platform. And then Candace's whole thing was, girl, I'm not even talking about it wasn't even necessarily the fight. For Candace, we're just going to call a thing. It was the aftermath, the YouTubers, the bloggers, the viewers, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. It was that, right? And also Monique going on this campaign. And so now, not only do we have all of this mess, now here you come, hopping into it, getting on TV, saying that, girl, well, Monique said that Candace is only trying to sue her because she wants a down payment on her home, or to finish paying off her mom's home, whatever she said. Giselle hops in it, and Giselle feels as though because I defended you, then you should be satisfied because I defended you. Candace's whole point was, I didn't get a chance to speak up for myself. Candace literally said, while I'm grateful that you did that, I still wanted to speak out for myself. Giselle's whole thing is you should just be grateful that someone spoke up for you. I spoke up for you. Now, let me also say this too. You know how people feel as though Wendy sided with the Green-Eyed Bandits when the whole Monique Candace stuff happened? And I've told y'all 15,000 times, Wendy did not side with the Green-Eyed Bandits. She sided with her friend, which was Candace. And she can do that, one, because she was there. She had her front row seat. And two, that's her friend. Giselle never had Candace's back. The only reason why she even hopped in to probably even defend Candace is because it was going against the person who she can't stand, which is Monique. I want y'all to please don't get it twisted with Miss Giselle about her having Candace's back. Because, girl, the next reunion, I think that was the next reunion, she sat right there next to Candace and told her that if Emil would have popped her, then it is what it is. And this is after she gave this whole speech about black women and acting how you're supposed to act on TV. So no, Giselle never had Candace's back. She used Candace to make sure she could get to Giselle. Okay? So, Portia says, this is what Portia, I want y'all, this is a person who y'all go up for. Miss Portia, who just be saying stuff that don't make sense. Portia says, you should be more happy she spoke up for you because I brought hearsay. She brought facts. Now, mind you, she just said 5 minutes ago that she was telling the facts for Monique. Now, girl, 5 minutes later, it's, oh, I brought hearsay. Now, this is coming from somebody who says she's a journalist. She works in the field of journalism. I have a journalism job. Well, girl, if we're going to go down that route of you being a journalism, you should have did your due diligence and not only received your statement from Monique, but then got in contact with Candace to hear her side too. But you didn't. So how much of a journalist are you really, girl? And now you're saying that what Monique told you was just hearsay. And that what Giselle was saying was facts. And the only reason she was going so hard on the show is because Giselle was giving her shit about Candace. Girl, do y'all hear that? So the only reason why you was going so hard for Monique is because you felt as though Giselle was going so hard for Candace. Let me say something. You would think, because she pulled the same stunt later in the car with Giselle, you would think that Portia, because this is what the people pull. No tea, no shade. This is what some of y'all gonna say. Well, Portia was just defending her friend. You would think that Portia, being in the situation that she was in, because her friend Phaedra told her some information that could have really changed the life of Candy and Todd, you would think that that would have given her enough sense to say, you know what? I know that these are my friends, but I just want to hear both sides. Because of what I personally went through on television. But no, she wasn't there for the fight, and she got a lot to say. She wasn't there for season 7, and in the van, she's telling Giselle that Candace was wrong and that Candace could be potentially ruining Giselle's life. Again, girl, based off of the situation that you were in, I would think that you would probably want to just be quiet and hear both sides. But I shouldn't expect too much from the most violent person on Bravo. This heifer done threw plates across the room, done broke Bravo equipment, tried to get her baby daddy locked up in Mexico. Girl done put her hands on Kenya, done put her hands on Cynthia, done chased her assistant down an alley, got into the face of, I think, Dennis's ex-girlfriend at a party. So I don't know why I'm expecting right from Portia. I put Portia should apologize to Candace. Girl, I'm sorry. I should have at least gotten with you and asked you, hey girl, I'm going live tonight on the show. And this is what Monique had to say. What do you have to say? Since you're a journalist, and now because you're saying it was just hearsay, and Giselle was speaking facts, so yes, she should have apologized to Candace. And Candace is absolutely right. Giselle needs to be quiet and shut up. Because, excuse me, I can be grateful for you saying what you said, but girl, I still wanted to say what I wanted to say. Marisol basically says it's a fluff show, not some investigative reporting, which is the truth. But if Portia is which is the truth. But if Portia is going to be sitting here talking about she got journalism jobs and she's in a journalism world, then God would expect a little bit more from someone who says they're a journalist. And I wouldn't. Why would you want to get on cable television and, girl, again throw around a journalism world? Throw around a journalism word when you can't even do something as simple as just get in contact with Candace to see what she had to say. I'm sorry, Giselle and Portia getting on my nerve this season. Portia is funny. Giselle has her funny moments, but it just seems like another Robin and Giselle. When Portia said in the car, I feel like one person has it out for two people the entire trip, and that's Candace. But if we both get her at the same time, she'll be saying we're bullying her. Portia, did you hear what you just said? You just said that Candace has an issue with both of you, and she does. But if y'all get her at the same time, so y'all gonna tag team her. Because y'all can't handle her by yourself. All right. I put Giselle as a liar. And I put Peach Juice is weird. You saying Giselle is trying to ruin your family, but no, you're trying to... Because Giselle was basically saying how Candace is lying. And again, I still see people out there. It's weird. I feel like this is no tea, no shade. I feel like some people are really dangerous in real life because y'all make up stuff that's just not the truth. To this day, there are still people out there saying that Giselle ain't never accused Chris of SA and Candace is lying and Candace is doing too much. Girl, quiet as it's kept. From what I understand, this show was filmed 2 weeks after season 7 wrapped. That means that once they said, okay, y'all, season 7 is done, 2 weeks later, girl, they went to Thailand. They probably hadn't even shot confessionals yet. Okay? I know they didn't. So the simple fact that Candace had that same smoke for Giselle and was pissed off at what she did 2 weeks after they wrapped, and then once she saw the stuff that Giselle was really doing on the TV screen, she had extra smoke for her. That just goes to show me that Candace was pissed off for real. And the stuff that Giselle says, Giselle is a liar. We don't have to go over season 7 because everybody who watched season 7 who paid attention knows that Giselle was telling a bold-faced lie. They play a game. Portia calls Leah poor Leah. Well, her and Portia were teammates. And so she decided to put their names together. And so she said poor and Leah. I thought it was kind of funny when Candace said she would bang Monique to death. Because I think it was, would you kill, marry, or sleep with? And she said bang her to death. Leah doesn't answer her question. I don't want to talk about Heather. Girl, she's still lying. Okay. Giselle is hosting that night. She has like a New Orleans theme type of party. Now she want to explain Black history to the group. I said, not the one who don't know nothing about colorism. Okay, girl. But she explaining Black history to the group. The second line was cute. I'm not gonna lie. And then that was pretty much it, child. Were they being bullies to Leah? I will say bully sometimes. Bully is a strong word. Were they being unfair to Leah? Yes. But also, I will agree with Portia too. Leah does do I want the attention, I want the attention. And then once she gets the attention, it's kind of like, okay, girl, I'm done. You know, like, girl, you wanted it, now you got it. And then at the end, girl, Whitney goes to the confessional because Whitney was supposed to. They asked Whitney a question of what are three things that Heather has lied about or something like that, but she didn't answer because she said she doesn't want to be messy. I guess she wants to move forward. But as soon as she got back to the house, she went to the confessional and said that she lied about the black eye. She was never friends with Lisa Barlow, and she hasn't left the Mormon community, the Mormon church. Girl, that was pretty much it, child. And then I'm done. It's crazy. You know, it's crazy to me how, like, y'all can sit here and understand how Portia can defend her friends, even though, girl, this was her first time really meeting Giselle. Girl, didn't she say that? I'm not saying you can't be friends, but girl, are we really just out here calling people friends? We ain't never even, girl, had a cocktail with them. Girl, you ain't never been to my house, ain't never been to yours, girl. We ain't never went to, girl, Chipotle together. We ain't never went to lunch together. Girl, the only thing we done did was work together, girl. Girl, down to the TV, and girl, that's my friend. Girl, we're friendly, we're co-workers. But it's so funny to me how people can understand that it's okay for Portia to come to the defense and side with her friends, Monique and Giselle. But when Wendy did it, girl, it was an issue. Girl, Portia did it. Portia wasn't there for now situation, and she still took sides after she had her own situation down to RHOA. Okay? Anyways, it is what it is, honey. I know how y'all act about, not y'all, but I know how some people act. Some of y'all, because I know some of y'all team Portia, but I know how some of y'all act about Portia, girl, so I'm going to leave Portia alone. All right, I'm gone. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.